welcome back to my channel for another video. This video is going to be a little bit different than I normally do. I'm going to sit down and talk to you guys about something, and then the rest of this video will pretty much be vlog footage. Tomorrow I'm actually going to have surgery. It's just an outpatient procedure, but my doctor did tell me to pack an overnight bag just in case anything does go wrong or weird and I have to stay overnight for any complications that come up during surgery. To give you a little bit of backstory, so ever since I got into my 20s, especially after like the age of 25, I think was when it started to get like really noticeable. I started to have really bad tonsil stones. They're called tonsillitis, I think. I can insert a picture right now. But basically, your tonsils have these little pockets, and food and bacteria can get like trapped in there and create these almost like calcium-like deposits that are called tonsil stones. And pretty much in my 20s, they've just gotten so bad. Sometimes I'll have weeks where I have 5 to 10 in a week, and they're so gross. They make your breath smell horrible, and they also made me have a really bad gag reflex. Just having them in my tonsils is just really inconvenient and pretty gross. Basically, the reason I went to an ENT was to talk about getting my tonsils out. How it kind of works here is if they don't offer the services on base, you'll have to get a referral from your PCM and see a doctor out in town. So I went and talked to my PCM and told him that, my tonsils are bothering me. I have really bad tonsil stones, and I really wanted to talk about getting a tonsillectomy. That was easy. He put in the referral. I think I went within like 2 weeks maybe. It wasn't very long. It didn't take very long to go see my ENT doctor at all. So I went and met with a doctor in Pordenone. His name is Dr. Marco Penn. And I went to go meet with him and talk to him about getting my tonsils out and told him what was going on. Same thing. I have really bad tonsil stones. They bother me, whatever. And he was like, all right, well, let me take a look. So he put his little headlamp on, looked in the back of my throat, and he was like, okay, I see you have really deep pockets in your tonsils, which I already knew. And then he was like, I'm just gonna scope the back of your throat. So he sprayed this numbing spray into both of my nostrils, waited for like 5 to 10 minutes, and then scoped this nostril, and it went fine. It didn't feel great, but it went fine. It went all the way down, looked in my throat, whatever. And then he tried to scope this nostril and could only get it in about this far. Like, it would not go in my nose at all. And he was like, did you know that you have a deviated septum? And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, do you have problems breathing? And I was like, actually, I have problems breathing all the time. Like, my whole life, I've just lived with a stuffy nose. And I honestly always just cracked it up to having really bad allergies, because I do have pretty significant allergies. So when he told me I had a deviated septum, my mind was honestly just like blown. I was like, what in the world? How have I lived with this my whole life and not even known there was a real reason for it? Like, that's just crazy to me. So he was like, well, I can do a septoplasty at the same time as I do your tonsillectomy if you would like to do that to fix your breathing problems. And I was like, absolutely. If that is an option, you think that's a good idea, I would love to do it, because I've honestly never been able to breathe through my nose. So, and I cut it out all the time. Like, I sniff like that all the time in my videos, and I try and cut it out as much as I can, but I still leave it in my videos some because I just can't cut it out all the time. Obviously, people around me constantly, they notice, like, they're always like, do you need to blow your nose? Like, that's something I've been asked my whole life, especially during like tests in school. Teachers would be like, do you need to blow your nose? Like, no, I don't. Because it's not like my nose is runny. It's just like, I don't know. I just sniff like that all the time. So my mind was just like blown that there was an actual reason why I can't breathe. So he put in the referral, which went back to the hospital at Aviano. So I'm pretty sure that took like 10 to 15 days. After the authorization got approved, I'm pretty sure I got a call from a lady named Francesca in referrals. And she was like, your authorization's been approved and I have a surgery date for you. I was like, awesome, that's so cool. So she gave me my surgery date and it was scheduled for February 4th. Obviously, it is now February 13th and I have not had said surgery yet. I think she called me on like the 4th was on a Monday. I'm pretty sure she called me like Thursday or Friday and told me that Dr. Penn was not able to get the surgical suite and that he was going to have to cancel the 4th and reschedule, and asked me if I could reschedule for the 14th. Happy Valentine's Day. You're getting your tonsils removed and your nose surgery. So Dr. Penn's office is in Pordenone, which is like 25 minutes from our house on a good day. He actually does all of his surgeries at an outpatient clinic in Trieste. The town of Trieste is like an hour and 15 minutes away, but the clinic is about an hour and 45 minutes away, and parking is non-existent at the clinic, so you have to park in town. So my surgery tomorrow is scheduled for 9 o'clock in the morning. So we're gonna leave the house at around 6. I worked late tonight and we went out to dinner for my last meal, if you will. It is now 23:55 at night. We are about to go to bed, get some sleep, and then we're planning to leave the house at 6 in the morning. We might have to get gas and just want to get there with plenty of time to make it to my appointment on time. The reason I'm wearing glasses is because you can't take any anti-inflammatory or antihistamines 10 days before surgery. So my allergies have literally been the worst that they've been in a very, very, very long time. So yeah, that is everything that is going on with me right now. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update, let you know what's going on. This is just going to be me and how I recover. There probably won't be much footage because I don't think I'm going to be feeling very well. I would appreciate any happy thoughts and good juju for recovery, even though you'll be seeing this way after, and I'm sure I'll be back to my old shiny smiling self. I'm very excited, but I'm also a little nervous. Surgery is always a little nerve-wracking, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't already, subscribe, follow along with my journey and my family and us living overseas. And let's get into this video. Good morning, everyone. It is surgery day. So I am in my very fashionable surgery outfit. I have a fresh face. I did put some moisturizer on, but no makeup, just washed my face, that's it. Corey's getting ready right now. I am about to feed Lila breakfast. And I'm also going to get this little pill thing ready because I have to take my pain medicine every 6 hours and an antibiotic every 12 hours. So Corey got me this little thing to put my medicine in so I don't miss any of my doses. So yeah, I'm feeling a little nervous, but I'm kind of just ready to get it over with. I feel like I've been waiting for so long to get this done. So yeah, I will hopefully get a little bit of footage while we're in pre-op, and then should just be seeing you in recovery. Yee! That hurts. That hurts so bad. I have a water popsicle.
You what?
I just want a popsicle.
Popsicle? Does your nose hurt?
Not really, just my throat is so close. I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I don't feel good.
What do you feel like?
Hungry.
I don't know when they're gonna let you eat.
Oh, I know. Hi everyone, it is, I keep thinking this is my watch, but it's not my watch, it's where my IV was. It is 22:01, so 10 o'clock at night. It's the end of day one. I'm gonna call it day one, surgery day, same thing. As you can tell, I can't talk, but I can't talk great. My throat is really tender. It's had a little bit of spotty bleeding, but nothing to be worried about. My nose, as you can see, has bled quite a bit today. I've just been eating chicken broth with a spoon, and pretty much every time I eat it, it makes my nose drain. I think it's just the pressure from when I swallow. I've drank this much water all day, which I think is a pretty good amount. I would like to try and finish this today, but I just took my last pain medicine for today. When we first got home, I took a Percocet and my antibiotic. My Percocet I take every 6 hours, and the antibiotics every 12 hours. I will insert some clips before this that Corey took when I was in recovery that I literally have no memory of happening. Not all of them, because one of them is kind of embarrassing. But just to show you my reaction, when I come out of anesthesia, usually I shake like really bad, and there's a couple clips of me shaking. So other than that, I just have my humidifier up here. Corey keeps refilling it for me, making sure that it's still going, and keeping everything moist while I sleep, which has worked pretty good. I could definitely tell when it ran out of water because I wasn't as moist. It dries out quite a lot when you're sleeping. Lila's a little scared of me. She hasn't really messed with me much at all today. I think she's a little freaked out by my face, and she definitely thinks my breath stinks, which, thank you. I love you too. So yeah, that's my day one surgery day update. I'm just gonna finish this and my Pedialyte, and we're gonna watch a movie and then hopefully go to sleep until about 6 hours when I have to get up to take my medicine. See you guys tomorrow. Hey everyone, it's day 2 or the day after surgery. I'm feeling pretty rough today. Way worse than yesterday. A couple things that are new from yesterday are my lips are a little swollen. The inside of my mouth is also a little swollen. My throat is more sore, and my ears sometimes have a lot of pressure in them, I think from my nose. Talking is a little bit harder today than yesterday, but other than that, my throat just hurts and my nose has so much pressure. I'm really looking forward to getting the packing out tomorrow. I think that'll make me feel a lot better once I get the packing out of my nose. I probably still won't be able to breathe because of the swelling, but I just feel like it'll probably alleviate a lot of the pressure. Pretty much all I've had today is chicken broth and some Pedialyte and water, and obviously my pain medicine and antibiotics, but that's about it for day 2. I just wanted to give you a quick update. Bye. So I hope you enjoyed those clips from the recovery room on surgery day, as well as surgery day, day 1 update and day 2 update. Those are the only days that I actually filmed. So for the rest of this video, I'm just going to go over day by day, pretty much how I was recovering. As I'm filming this today, I am 2 weeks and 4 days post-op from surgery. So I'm just gonna kind of describe each day as it was. So day 3 was when it started to get really bad, which is why I don't have a live update from that day. Day 3 was just super painful. I did actually get my packing removed on day 3. So I went to the hospital in Pordenone to see my doctor and got the packing removed from my nose. Corey watched, he said they were about this long, so I'm sure they like went back into my sinus cavity. And it oddly felt pretty good to get them taken out. Like, it wasn't really painful. But I think the most interesting story from day 3 would be leaving the hospital. So for day 3, when I got the packing removed, my doctor let me kind of like hang out for a little bit so I would start feeling better. I was drinking water. I was feeling fine. As soon as he took the packing out, he put some ointment in my nose to keep my stitches moist, which I'm still doing to this day. Like I said, I am 2 weeks and 4 days post-op and still putting ointment in my nose. But on day 3, I was feeling great after he took the packing out. Like, so much pressure was relieved from my head. I felt so much better. And then when we were leaving the hospital, I went into the elevator with Corey. There was this older Italian gentleman in there as well. The elevators are like a shoebox in that hospital. They're not like American hospital elevators. They're so tiny. The Italian man, he pushed the button to go down to the ground floor, and actually the elevator doors wouldn't open. They would not open. He was pushing the door open button, wouldn't open. It felt like an eternity. I'm sure it was like a couple seconds. Literally in the elevator, had a full-blown panic attack. I do remember him like pulling the doors open, and then it just went black for me. Like, I couldn't see anything. I literally could see long enough to get to a chair, and then I could like see the outline of Corey's body from the window lighting. But other than that, I was just like blacked out. I could not see. It was horrible. So I like drank some more water, finally like came back to consciousness, and we left the hospital, and I got a new prescription because the ointment that he gave us didn't have antibiotic in it. It was just like an ointment, like a medicine, I guess. I'm not really sure, but it didn't have any antibiotics. So he gave me another prescription. So we had to go pick up that antibiotic ointment. Day 4 through 7, I think, were the absolute worst days. Day 4 through 7 was pretty much just living from pain medicine to pain medicine and sleeping as much as I could, even though sleeping was terrible, because when you're sleeping, I had surgery on my nose, so I have an ointment in my nose, which means I can't breathe through my nose, so I have to breathe through my mouth, which when you're sleeping, you're not really salivating as much as when you're awake, so your throat gets so dry, and it was so painful. Excuse me. It was just like super dry every time I went to sleep, and I would wake up in like excruciating pain. And during this time, day 4 through 7, my medicine also wasn't working anymore. Like, it would work up until, like, in the beginning it would work and it would wear off about 2 hours before it was time to take medicine. And I had to take medicine every 6 hours. And then it got to where it would only work for about 2 hours. So it was just not working for me. I ended up having to message my doctor and ask for a different pain medication, because when I started, I was on Percocets and they were not working for me. I don't know if my body was just like metabolizing them or getting used to them. I don't know, but they were not working for me. So I messaged him and asked him for another prescription, and he prescribed me Tylenol 3, which is basically just Tylenol with codeine. And it was in an effervescent packet. So for the first day when he put me on those, I was taking a full dose, which is 2. It's really like, it's like a double-sided packet. So it would be like a square, and it would have a half dose and a half dose. So the first day I took a full dose, but that would just like knock my socks off. I could not even function as a human being. So I didn't do that, but for the first day, and then the rest of the time I took just the half dose. I don't know. I think I'm just a really slow healer, because most people said by day 10 they were like feeling a lot better and they could eat more stuff. I couldn't eat much at all the whole time. I lost about 15 pounds this whole like surgery experience because I couldn't eat. I still am not back to a regular diet. I'm sure you can hear it in my voice. I sound really nasally because I'm still putting the ointment in my nose, because I still have stitches in my nose. My stitches have not completely dissolved yet. It's still very sore when I swallow. So I think I'm just a really slow healer. Pretty much my diet consisted of Boost protein shakes, chicken broth, chicken and stars, soup. I would try and eat popsicles, but they were too acidic, so they burn my throat. Also, another weird thing that I experienced was every day my throat had a different tolerance. Like some days I could have room temperature things only. And then some days I could have cold things. And then other days I would try and have something cold and it would literally feel like razor blades cutting my throat as I swallowed. So that was something, I don't know if that was unique to me or what. I didn't hear anybody else talk about that, but that was something that I experienced. It kind of went back and forth between what I could tolerate. That is pretty much all of the updates that I have from my tonsillectomy and my septoplasty. As of yet, I have not reaped the benefits of getting the surgery done. Like I said, my doctor instructed me to keep putting the ointment in my nose until my stitches dissolves. He told me 15 days, which my 15th day doing that would be this coming Saturday, which is March 9th. So I'm still doing it because I still have stitches. I can see there's an incision right here at the front of my nose that still has stitches. There's a little incision on this side at the top of my nose that still has stitches. And then deeper in my nose cavity, I think where they did the turbinate reduction, I can see stitches back there, and this stitch is actually like coming out, but it's still hanging on in there, so it's not like I'm gonna pull it out or anything. So that's all my updates I have for you from my surgery experience. I hope this video was helpful to you. If you do have any questions about tonsillectomy, septoplasty, or turbinate reduction surgery, please drop them in the comments below. I would love to chat with you if you're getting the surgery or if you're nervous about it or whatever. I would love to chat with you. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Join my YouTube family. And until next time, I will see you guys later.